Right now, there's another contractor in your market with a follow-up system. You don't know who they are, but your customers sure do. Because when you sent that estimate and went quiet, they showed up and they closed the job that you quoted. This is happening more than you think. Today, I'm breaking down the exact 5-step follow-up system that stops that from happening and starts recovering 20% of the revenue you're currently leaving on the table. But real quick, before we dive into it, guys, I want you to take the contractor business health test in the description below. It scores your business across 5 areas: leads, sales, operations, hiring, and finances. And it pinpoints the single bottleneck that's actually costing you the most right now. You walk away knowing exactly what's broken and where to focus your time first. The test, guys, is completely free and the link is in the description. Let me hit you with a number that's going to change the way that you think about every single quote that you send out. So studies show that 80% of sales require at least 5 follow-up touch points after that initial quote, right? 5. But here's where it gets painful. 44% of salespeople, guys, 44%. After all of that work to get that lead in that position, they give up after just 1 follow-up. Just 1. So think about what that picture actually looks like, right? You worked hard to get the lead. You showed up, you did the estimate, and you sent the quote. And when they didn't respond right away back to you, you just move on. Meanwhile, that customer is still in the market. They're still comparing options. They're still deciding. They didn't say no. They said not yet. And there's a big difference between those two things. And the business owner who had a follow-up system in place just closed your deal for you. Now, here's the thing. That's not a sales problem, guys. That's a follow-up problem, and it's completely fixable. So why don't people follow up? I've coached thousands of business owners across this country. And when I dig into this with them, guys, it always comes back to just one thing. And that thing is fear of rejection. They sent the quote, and in their mind, if the customer wanted it, they would have called them back. So following up feels like begging to them, like they're about to embarrass themselves. But let me reframe that for you because this changes everything. You ever had a week where you were just completely underwater? Like you had a flat tire on Tuesday, you had a sick kid on Wednesday, 3 fires at work on Thursday. Your quote, guys, hit someone's inbox during a week exactly like that, right? They weren't ignoring you. They just got pulled away and now they've half forgotten about it. The business owners who follow up with purpose and real value wins every single time. Not because they were pushy, but because they were present. Following up isn't begging, it's serving the people. It's saying you still believe you're the right person for the job and you want to earn their business. That's not weakness. That's leadership, guys. Here's the exact system. 5 touch points over 14 days. Structured, intentional, and easy enough that you'll actually stick with it. And that's a big deal, right? Day 1, the thank you and summary email, okay? So within 24 hours of sending your estimate, you follow up, okay? And not with another quote, not with a nudge asking if they saw it. No, with a genuine thank you. Like you thank them for the opportunity. You give them a quick recap of what you discussed and you let them know you're available if they have any questions. So keep it simple, keep it professional, and keep it human. You're reinforcing your value before they've had time to second guess it. And you're reminding them you're a real person here. You're not just a PDF sitting in their inbox. Day 3, the value add-on. This one's a text message, and it needs to feel short and casual, like a real person sent it. You tell them you were thinking about their project and you wanted to share something helpful with them. Then you drop a quick tip, a resource, a before and after from a similar job that you just got done with. Something that adds value without asking for anything in return from them. You're not closing here, guys. You're building trust. And let me tell you, trust is what closes deals. Day 7, the any questions call. So on day 7, you're going to pick up that phone. I know people don't love calling anymore, but this one touch point separates the businesses that win from the ones that wonder what happened. This call is short, guys, maybe 2 minutes long. You check in, right? You make sure they got everything and you ask if they have any questions about the estimate. No pressure here, no pitch, just genuine service. If they pick up, great, then you have a real conversation. If they don't, leave that same message, but as a voicemail, and then move on to the next step. Day 10, the case study or review email. Now you're showing proof. You send an email with a testimonial or a 5-star review from a past customer who had a similar job or a similar hesitation. You let the story do the work. A customer just like them had doubts, right? Moved forward anyway. And here's what happened on the other side of that job. Do you want to know why this works at day 10, guys? Because social proof eliminates doubt. It makes saying yes feel safe for them. Not like a risk, right? But like a smart decision they're finally ready to make. Day 14, the breakup email. This is the closer, guys. And yes, I call it the breakup email. You reach out one final time. You acknowledge that life gets busy, right? And you let them off the hook completely. Like no hard feelings, no pressure. You just want them to know the door is always open if things change for them. That email does 2 things at once. It gives them a graceful exit so they don't feel concerned, right? And it almost always triggers a response because people don't want the door to close on them, right? That final email has closed more deals than most people would ever believe. And if they still don't respond, you move on with a clear conscience, knowing you did everything right. Now, here's where this gets really powerful, and I know what you're thinking, okay? Josh, I don't have time to manually track all of this for every single lead that comes in. And you're right, you shouldn't be doing it manually. That's what a simple CRM is for, right? And if you took the business health test and scored low on sales or conversions, this is exactly the kind of system that moves the needle fastest. You build the sequence once, guys. You load it into your email templates for day 1, day 10, day 14. You set up an automated reminder or text for day 3 and block 30 minutes on your calendar every week for follow-up calls. The system runs itself. The touch points go out and you stay focused on actually doing the work. The businesses that win long-term aren't smarter than anybody else. They're more systematic. They build a machine while everybody else was winging it. Let's talk numbers real quick because this is where it gets real for most people. Say your average job is worth $2,000 and you're sending out 10 estimates a month. That's $20,000 in potential revenue going out the door every single month. Let's say 50% of those close on the first touch. You're capturing $10,000 right there. But the other $10,000 is sitting in unsold estimates, and most contractors just walk away from it. Now, your follow-up system recovers just, let's say, 20% of that. That's $2,000 a month in recovered revenue. Think about that for a second, though. That's $24,000 a year from leads you already had, work you already did, and customers who were already interested. But scale that up. If your average job is $5,000, guys, we're talking $60,000 a year in recovered revenue just from following up. That's not a marketing budget problem. That's not a pricing problem. That's a follow-up problem with a very simple, very fixable solution sitting right in front of you right now. Let me be straight with you about something. Most contractors are leaving serious money on the table every single month. Not because they're bad at what they do, and not because their prices are too high. It's because they sent a quote, they didn't hear back, and they just moved on. Somewhere out there, a customer who was ready to say yes just needed one more touch point, one more email, one more text message, one more phone call. That's literally the difference between a closed deal and a lost one. You build this system once, you automate what you can, and you stay consistent with it. Over the course of a year, that 20% recovery becomes a revenue stream that didn't cost you a single dollar in advertising. Now, here's the truth. A follow-up system is powerful, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. If you want to know every area where your business is leaking money right now, That's exactly what the contractor business health test is built for. You answer 25 questions, it scores your business across all 5 areas, and it shows you your biggest bottleneck in under 3 minutes. There's no fluff, no guessing, just clarity on what to fix first in your business. The test is completely free, guys, and the link is in the description below. Let's go build something that lasts.